Hi, everyone. Welcome. This is Ida, and I am so excited to be part of this Winter Summit here for Amy. I just love using Amy, and I love being part of this group. So I'm going to take my 10 minutes today and hopefully don't go over and talk to you about building relationships with your customers. Now, I'm not talking about the relationships where you go out and eat all the time and you go see movies and play. I'm talking about one-on-one relationships with each of your customers. And I'm going to give you probably 11 points to help build those relationships. The first thing you want to do, as you will do with any relationship, is you want to listen. Be sure that you you listen to your customers, you listen to their needs. Give them a chance to talk. Pay attention to what they say. Ask questions instead of just talking the whole time, which was one of my biggest downfalls when I first started the business. You'll also better serve them if you have knowledge of what their needs really are. So the first point, number one, is to listen. Number two, you want to seek feedback. Find out what your potential customers fits and their needs, and to see what your clients are looking for. See, sometimes we just assume because we have great products or great services that this is what they're going to need, but it may not always be the case. So listen and then wait for the feedback. See if there's any adjustments that you can make in your service or any adjustments in what their needs. They'll walk away more satisfied with the transactions, and they'll appreciate your efforts. Not only that, when that happens, they'll also refer your friends to you. Remember, people don't want to know how much you know, and don't care about how much you know until they know how much you care about them. And by listening and waiting for their feedback is showing you care. You also want to kind of learn their interests. Know if they like to go to the movies or if they like to cook, or find out what their interests are, that you can better fit your products or service with them. Also, that was number three, is to just discover what their interests are. You want to make sure that you bond with them, that you're able to communicate with them. So many times I could talk and talk and talk about all the things I love, but it doesn't quite click with my customer. So if I stop, I listen, I find out their interests, I'm able to relate to them on a more one-on-one level, and that's building relationships. Number four, respond promptly. You want to make sure that customer is always top priority. Treat each and every customer, client, as if they're number one in your books, because they are. They're your future business. They're the ones that will keep coming back to you and will referring others to you. Flatter your customer. When you're flattering your customer, they know that you're paying attention to them. Additionally, it keeps them better informed of your progress and ensure that you're on your mind. If you can't take care of the situation right away, make sure you let them know. If that package is being delayed for some particular reason, let them know. Keep up with them. Respond to them promptly and properly. Okay? Number five, add value. Be prepared to give something of value. It could be a solution, a fresh perspective, gosh, even a free pen, just something of value. I know many times when my customers would want to order something that we don't necessarily have, or maybe it's out of stock or just discontinued, but I find it for them, I always say, don't worry about the shipping. I'll take care of that for you. It's just a little added value. Sometimes a little added value could be just cost you a couple dollars, but it'll keep a customer for life for you. Send them links to blogs that they may be interested in, or recipes, or anything that shows interest. Your good deeds will always pay off. Always, too, building relationships, you want to build relationships with your team. As a team leader, a manager, or as a director or whatever your company or your direct sales business calls it, you want to make sure that you're setting an example for your team by building relationships with them. They want to see those relationships so they can duplicate that. If you're building relationships with them, they know you're building relationships with your customers, and they will follow the same. So number 6 was set an example for your team. Now, one thing that we have to learn, a lot of us, is number 7, and to have conversations with our customers, not just sales pitches. Keep it casual. I know a lot of time we know we have the latest, greatest thing that we want to share with them, but you want to make sure that you're not being pushy for them to buy. Yes, we're in the business of selling, but you want to make sure that that's not their business. Move your focus away from the sales pitch and towards building that relationship with them. Once a relationship is in place, guess what? The sale will come naturally. Number 8, be genuine. People can tell when you're insincere or when you're just giving them lip service, so don't be. Your clients will they'll stop trusting you if you seem fake. If it's obviously the only manipulating them for service or sales, they'll walk the other way. Also remember, if they're getting a bad experience, we all know that a customer will talk about a bad experience a lot quicker than they talk about a good one. So let's not have that that information go out there, that chain talk about the bad experience you have. So always be genuine. If it's something that you truly can't do, tell them, explain to them, I truly cannot do that, and explain to them why. But also be ready to respond with something positive that you can offer them, something that they can interest. Number 10. Now, when I first started the business, this was a real hard one for me because I was always like, why don't they understand? Be patient. Sales relationships are not built overnight. Sometimes they take time. I know I had a customer I talked to for 2 years before they finally said, okay, I'm going to try that. So you need to prepare to put in the necessary time to grow the relationships. I love that Amy helps us with the 2 by 2 by 2 plan because it gives you time to build those relationships. It gives you time to call them back, make sure that they receive the service, make sure that, thank them for their order, make sure they received it, make sure everything is in order, and just to follow up with them. That's part of building that relationship. I love that we have a place that we can go to remind us to do that, because so many of us have so many customers that sometimes we just forget. So be patient. Don't try to push your clients into a relationship. That'll only scare them away. Be genuine, be concerned. If your customer is having a difficult time, drop them a little note. If they had a family member that passed away, send a card. Or maybe their kids are in a soccer league. Make a note. Call them up when the league is over and see how their child did. That is all building relationship. Now, it sounds like a lot of work, doesn't it? It may be, but after a while, it becomes natural. So, number 11, you want to maintain this relationship. You've put so much hard work in each and every one of those relationships with your customers. Let's not let it go to waste. Continue to keep in touch. One of the things I love to do is I have a birthday club for my customers. They give me their birthday, just the month and the date. I don't need to know the year. And each month I just send them a little card with maybe a little gift card or maybe a little free gift just to say happy birthday. They never expect someone out of their family and friends to send them a birthday card. They do get the point where they start to look for it, but that's a relationship. That's building a relationship. You don't want to build those relationships and work that hard to fall out with your clients. So you keep in touch, follow up with them on social media, send them a little card, congratulate them, just call them just to see how they're doing. Let them know. Excuse me. Excuse me about that. You want to contact them. Let them know about what new products or services have come out, what new features you have. Let them know, keep track of what their interests are, and let them know when something else comes out. If they are satisfied with you, they will continue to do business with you. And best part about it, they will refer your friends to continue to do business with you. So let's recap the 11 ways to stay in relationships, to build relationships and stay relationships with your customers. Number 1, listen. Number 2, look for that feedback from them. Sometimes with the feedback, you want to ask them questions. Ask them, hey, how am I doing? And allow them to be honest with you. 3, discover what their interests are and build on those interests. 4, respond promptly. 5, always add value to whatever service or product that you give. 6, set an example for your team. 7, always have conversations with your customers, not sales pitches. 8, be genuine. You want to be honest and genuine and be sincere. 9, make their lives easier. Let them know. 10, be patient. Relationships take time. And 11, once you establish that relationship, make sure that you maintain it. I am so excited to be a part of this Winter eSummit, and I'm so grateful for being asked to be part of it. So thank you all so much. And here is wishing a great 2020 for each and every one of you. I hope all of your success. Thank you for listening in, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye.